one, and we are gonna learn about salmon. Eggs comes first, and eggs are usually pink, pinkish reddish.
Have you seen salmon eggs, Zoe?
Yes, they grown to fries, these ones, but I saw them as an eyed egg.
Oh.
And these are actually real salmon. And Elvin comes next. And Elvin has this yolk sac. So they don't need to find their own food. They actually eat from it. Eat from the yolk sac.
Mm-hmm.
And Fry is the next one. And Fry gets like these ones. These are Fries. And these have paw marks. You see these dark stripes? Those are paw marks.
Let me show them. Let me show your friends.
And this is the gills right there, which is open. And over there is paw, where they have really dark paw marks. Well, they're getting darker paw marks. And smolt is one that they don't get paw marks anymore because they're old enough, so then they don't. And there's one more adult. An adult is big now.
They're all grown?
Yeah, they have all grown. And once they lay their babies, then they're
Babies, or once they lay their eggs?
Once they lay their eggs, then they will die.
Oh,
So
that's
then-
their life cycle?
So
What's
then-
that black one?
The black one right here,
Uh-huh.
that's a orca.
Uh-huh.
And Stella and Skylar, my friends, made it together. And
Why orca is there?
because that's a predator to eat salmon. And that was
Oh.
one of our projects.
Oh, I see. That's the salmon's life cycle?
Yes.
From they're born and they die?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
And they're trying to put that here, but there's not enough room. And it's just swimming past by.
Okay, so what are the stages of the eggs in the tank? Oh, they're not the eggs.
Yeah, they're not the eggs.
What are they then? What are
They
these?
are fry. Over up there is fry. And they have paw marks. You see those tiny marks? As I said. And what else? And they need rocks so they can hide from predators.
Oh, I
Like a
see.
bird can come in from the window. But they actually can't. But they just need rocks. At the
Okay.
ocean, if they're in the ocean.
Okay. Do you want to read a book about salmon for us?
Yes. And this is our salmon book. And it's actually a chapter book, but we're going to read it. Oh, so today we're going to read Life Cycle of a Salmon. What is a salmon? That's called a title. No, the heading. A salmon is a fish. That's what we know, right? Some fish, such as these trout, live only in fresh water, rivers, or lakes. Other kinds of fish live only in the salt water of the sea. And I really like that the author of this book actually put these pictures. This is a Elvin, this is a Fry, this is a smolt, and this is fully grown, and this is going home, and this is spawning. Spawning is when a salmon is laying their eggs. Salmon are unique. They live part of their lives in fresh water and part in the salty sea. This book is about the life of a sockeye salmon. It's a life from the sockeye salmon. And this is a picture of sockeye salmon that is nonfiction.
Okay.
And this is a nonfiction book.
That's right.
And they need trees around them. So they can. Why do they need trees? It's not even in the sea. Because that makes oxygen and it makes down to the sea. Alvin. As I said, they have yolk sac.
Oh, wow.
And they push out of their egg. In autumn, a female fish laid this nest of eggs in a stream. Some of the eggs have new fish growing inside them. This fish, called an alvin, has still joined to his stomach. It will provide food for the young fish. That's their yolk sac. This one, it looks like this one is hatching out from it. This is fry. Like these are fries. See all those?
Mm-hmm.
By springtime, the young fish is a fry. His stored food is almost gone. So he swims in the fresh water of the stream looking for insects and plankton to eat. Plankton is a plant that salmon eats.
Oh, okay.
That's what I learned.
Mm.
Millions of salmon fry live in the cold mountain stream. Many are eaten by birds and other fish, but others may live there for several years. That's a waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
In the forest. Smolt. The young salmon are now as big as a human finger. They are called smolt. They leave the stream and start the long journey to the sea to find new food and grow into adults. The trip is dangerous. The smolt swim under logs and around boats. Their bodies change to get ready for their bodies change to get ready for the salty sea. Many die on the way. You know why they die? These people, I don't see the people, but the people who are working here are working on the ocean.
Uh-huh.
So they die away.
That's a long journey, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because they need to go to the salty sea.
Mm-hmm.
Life in the sea. The river gets wider. The water begins to smell salty as the salmon nears the sea. He pushes through the water with his strong tail. There are new dangers waiting for the salmon in the sea. This tern has just caught a small fish to eat. Tern is a type of bird who loves to eat salmon.
Uh-oh.
And this is one of the types of tern.
Mm-hmm.
Danger from animals. And I also want to tell you how long is this? Look how long it is. The salmon swims north to the cold sea near Alaska. He finds many new things to eat. He eats plenty of food and grows bigger and stronger. Other sea animals, like the seal, try to catch and eat salmon. This salmon is lucky. None of the hungry animals catch him. Because the salmon is escaping. Danger from people. The salmon is swimming far out into the deep ocean water. He feeds on shrimp, squid, small fish, and sea animals. People can also be a danger to the salmon. This boat catches fish in its nets. the fish will be sold and eaten. And salmon, there's a limit that you can eat. Because if you eat all of it, what happens?
Then no more salmon next year.
Yeah. And other animals need to eat it too.
That's true. We need to share.
Yeah. And salmon want to live too.
That's
so.
right.
Fully grown. The salmon is now fully grown. He finds his way back to the river he left several years before. He begins the hard journey back upstream. The salmon needs to be strong because the water keeps pushing him back. He uses his tail to help him leap over rocks and waterfalls. And they push their tail as hard as they can so they can get up rocks and waterfalls.
It's almost like a jumping out of the water.
Yeah. Look at that bear going home. Many other salmon are swimming up the river too. They are now ready to spawn. As the salmon swim upstream, their skin becomes bright red. Their teeth grow sharp and pointed. And I also want to tell you, these bold words like spawn and upstream, that means the author wants you to pay attention to that word.
Sure.
The salmon are in a hurry. They do not eat on their way, but this hungry bear is about to eat one of them. Uh-oh.
Bears love salmon, you know?
Yes. And also raccoons too. They
Ooh.
sure do. Salmon can find the right stream by remembering its smell. By autumn, hundreds of salmon have reached the streams where they were born. The male fish have sharp black snouts. The females are fat with eggs. They are ready to spawn. Spawning. The female uses her tail to dig a nest in the gravel on the bed of the stream. Bed is like where they dug the spawner fish dug.
Sure.
Like the red, that's also a meaning to that. She lets thousands of eggs fall from her body into the nest. The male swims after her and fertilizes the eggs. The female uses her tail to cover the nest with more gravel. They may make many nests. And I also want to tell you that these salmon sometimes have those red stuff coming out of their bodies. Well, I haven't learned what they are. Journey's end. The salmon are tired and weak after their long, difficult swim up the river. It is easy for this bold eagle and other animals to catch them. The salmon die soon after their eggs are laid. In 10 weeks' time, the eggs will hatch. Thousands of new tiny salmon will swim in the stream. Well, they may get eaten too, right away.
Uh-huh.
And the life cycle?
That's a summary?
Yes.
Okay.
That's an egg, but this book doesn't have an egg.
Doesn't show egg?
Yeah.
Okay,
And this
you
Alvin.
start with egg and then...
Alvin, fry. There's a fry up there.
Can you show the book to the video better?
Okay. Smolt, and smolt is over there. And there's no par on this one, but there's par.
I'm only showing the book, sorry. Yep.
Okay.
Thank
Fully
you.
grown. And then spawning. This is spawning when they're laying the eggs. And journeys end. This is the map where they're going.
Oh, wow.
Fact file. I'm going to read this as well.
Sure.
A salmon's journey from the ocean back to the stream may be very long. Some salmon may travel as far as the distance from Chicago to California.
That's a really, really long, even as a flight, that's a long flight. That's a very, very far away. They swim a lot.
Well, they're not riding on stuff.
Obviously, they have to swim
Yeah,
all
they
the
have
way.
As like walking, not
Swim.
like us. We walk as swim. Like that.
Zoe, I learned so much about salmon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. I will see you later.
Bye.